Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, well, it's another sleepless night. I was like I've been up since 1. I just couldn't go back to sleep. So, instead of just tossing and turning and um, laying down in bed, just want to make a video. This video's it's one of many. It's gonna be like a church stories, stuff, crazy stories that happen at church. And well, this one was fairly recent. It was last year, but well, it has to do with the, the demonic. So heads up on that. Well, it all started. It was on a Tuesday night, and on Tuesdays our church has prayer. So it was just a typical day, and towards the ending, there's like we it was the prayer was finished. We were in the portables, at the time. Um, Prayer was finished. Pastor asked the men, um, "Hey, we're gonna need some men to come and pray with this individual." We're like, okay, cool. About I don't know, 11 or 15 men. It was a good group, but a dozen men. Uh, came outside. We're like, okay, cool. We're just nobody gave us like a heads up or anything. It was just pray for this individual. Of course, we jumped at the opportunity. We didn't know what we were getting into. um, so, anyways, we we went outside. It was about a dozen men. The women were still in the portables and still kind of like we left a bit early, to pray with this guy, and while the family, the wife and the family was kind of still at the portables. Anyways, we met this individual. This guy, he was demon possessed. Uh, he was over there in the church parking lot, and he was manifesting, and he was just acting crazy. And like there's a difference between like like a crazy person like acting crazy, or a silly person just wants attention, and there's the other type where it's just demonic. Like this is not, like, you can feel the presence. That was that. So, um, about a dozen men, we were out there, and we saw this individual, and the men, like, they just stood there. They were freaked out. They didn't know what to do. You know, they're just in shock. So just me and the pastor, we went in and walked up to this guy, and he was um, like, oh, okay, there's this other guy, because not all the men stayed. Uh, this guy went with his son and wanted to go home, leave. So he went to the parking lot, and then this demon possessed guy, was just cussing this guy out, like just saying ugly stuff. And the guy, of course, I mean, he did the right thing, and just ignored him, and I mean, just wow, he had his son with him too. Um, well, he left, but the demon possessed guy, I mean, he was a young man. He was like in his 20s. He would like lay down on the floor, kind of get in the way. He wanted to be like as if he wanted to get in the way of getting run over. So he'll lay down, and he'll, like, just crazy stuff. He'll be yelling. It was crazy. So, but well, he left, and then me and the pastor, like, I looked at the pastor and said, "What do you want to do?" You know, like, like, well, everyone was like freaked out, and like, I have experience before. I've cast out demons. I'm not scared of them. I was like kind of like excited because I was like, okay, these men, the men that are shocked, they're about to witness a miracle. We're about to cast this demon out. I was excited, but whenever me and the pastor would walk towards this guy, he would back off. He would back off. He would back. There was always about 15, 20 feet distance. When we got close, he wasn't gonna let us lay hands on him. You know, it so after like we knew, you know, uh, he wasn't gonna let us pray for him. We talked to his parents or guardians. I don't think his parents were there. The guardians, and we said, we're gonna do this at another time. And he did come back, but he came back in a, I guess, sane mind. But basically he didn't want, like I was like, okay, I was thinking this guy, needs to be delivered. This was like, weeks later, like after all that ordeal happened, after all that, he came back, uh, and I was thinking, okay, he's gonna be delivered. He's gonna be, and we're there in the portables again. We're inside, and then Pastor wanted some men, and there's like now there's like then there's like just like 3 or 4 men, including me, that want was there to pray for this guy. But this guy, like I was thinking, deliverance. Yes, he needs deliverance. He did, but he he didn't want it. You know, he just wanted the demons to leave him alone, but he didn't want to follow God. That's a big no-no. You know, those of y'all you know who do deliverance, uh, you don't do it on the world. You don't do it like it's kind of there's a reason why you don't do it to worldly people. Deliverance is for the believers or for the people that want to be believers. It's not for the world. Why? Because uh, if you do deliverance, uh, they get set free. They're gonna go back to that stuff again. And it's gonna be the demons gonna come back 7 times worse. It's gonna be even worse. And the guy's gonna commit suicide. The guy's gonna commit homicide. And it's gonna be really bad because he never wanted delivered. I mean, he never wanted Jesus. He never wanted that. He wanted to be free, but he didn't want to submit to God. So that's why you don't do deliverance to um, the world. You do it to believers. Oh, brother, Christian have demon. Well, you know my story. I was um, I was demonized. I had demons in me, and they were cast out as a Christian, as a Sunday school teacher. That's So I mean that just destroys that argument right there. Um, Anyways, going back to the story, he didn't want to follow Jesus, so we couldn't deliver him. So he left, and he hasn't came back. So that's the story. So I just want to leave you with this question. What would you do? In that situation, what would your pastor do in that situation? I'll tell you what. If I would not follow if If a pastor just doesn't do anything and just hey, let's escort this guy out and doesn't do anything, I'm not gonna follow that guy. That's no, I won't follow him. Um, so I'm grateful for the pastor we we do have. But so the question is, what would you do in that situation? Yeah, there's a demon possessed in your church. What would you do? How would you handle it? Has that ever happened? What would your pastor do? So just think about that. All right. Thank you.